Alright, I'm going to be unboxing this new DEWALT sliding compound brushless battery powered corded miter saw. This thing's a beast. There's the model number, DHS. Oh, and I got a dog here too, DHS790AT2. They do have a couple different versions of this if you're buying online or something. What are you doing, puppy? Just got right up on there, so I'm gonna be as tall as you are now. They have ones that come without the battery. They have ones that come with just the batteries. Then they have ones that just come just the saw and the cord part. This one has the cord, the saw, and the batteries, and the dual charger. It's only $100 more to get this with the battery, so why not just do it now? Because if you buy the battery separately, they're over $100 a piece. I think it's $150 to buy a single battery. Come on, pup, get down. Come on. Come on. Jump down. Here you go, puppy. So it's a team lift. Team lift. Yeah, I carry this in here all by myself. When the delivery guys come, there's only one person, so I don't even know why they bother putting the tape on there. Yep, so I've had my Harbor Freight over there saw for a year and a half, and I just decided that I wanted a new friggin' saw. There's a lot of cool features with this. I think actually I was pretty excited about their cut line thing that they came out with. It casts a shadow on both sides of the it has a light, so it makes a shadow where the blade is at, so it's supposed to be really accurate. I mean, we'll see. I got the DEWALT over the Milwaukee because DEWALT's really got the better miter saw here in this case. My boss has had the regular 12-inch miter saw. It's not a slider or anything. He's had his for over 15 years, and it's still running. And his gets beat to shit. He takes everything outside. It gets left out in the rain because he's a contractor. So, so it held up really well. So he said, hey, his saws lasted him basically a lifetime. So I'll get a DEWALT, and then I will never have to buy another miter saw again. So I got the biggest and the best is what I went with. So I got the slider. So we got 2 batteries here. Their new FLEXVOLT system is very, very innovative too. I'm very impressed with that. Their new brushless 60-volt tools they're coming out with. So this runs all their platforms. You can see it comes with two 6-amp-hour batteries, so they're decent batteries. 6-amp-hour. Get this one out of here. Yeah, and the way they're able to ship these is can't get this friggin' battery out. There we go. They're pretty tight. Comes in a Ziploc bag. That's interesting. Ziploc bag. The way they're able to ship these batteries is you see this red clip on the top. Somehow that legally makes it shippable because it brings down the amp hours to an acceptable shipping capacity or something. I don't know. There's all kinds of stupid rules about shipping lithium-ion batteries and stuff. So you pop that sucker on there and you can ship it. You see it says shipping cap on it. So that was pretty cool that they figured that out. Otherwise they wouldn't be able to ship the batteries with the tools. You'd have to buy all the batteries in the stores. So we got 2 batteries here. Pretty heavy batteries too. I mean that's a solid, must be 5 pounds if I had to guess. It probably says on there somewhere. Okay, so this is the unit that plugs onto the saw, which makes it a corded saw. It's got a pretty nice cord on there. Seems like a pretty good unit. Pretty good quality so far. And we have our 2-volt fast charger. So you can charge your 20 volts, your 60 volts. Not 18s, so there's not a spot for 18s on this one. This charger seems kind of cheap, but it's just a charger, so but I mean, it feels like it'd be very easy to break. You see, you got 1 and 2. And they're FLEXVOLT dual chargers. They will charge your battery equally if you have 20 volt on one side and a 60 volt on the other. It charges it at the same rate, I think, is the way that works. Alright, look at that saw. The thing's a beast. What do we got here? So we got looks like a socket wrench with a special end on it there, and a dust collection bag. I'm gonna have this hooked up to a dust collector, so I won't use the bag. Look at that saw. Man, that thing is a tank. See if I can do this with one hand. Or probably not. I'll probably have to cut the video, take this out. That's what I'm gonna do. Alright, I got it out of the box. It took 2 hands. It was in there pretty tight, so that's good though, because that means when they ship in stuff, you know, you don't have to worry about it being damaged when you get there, because you know, UPS likes to throw their boxes around. Not as much as FedEx does, but they still do. Especially heavy ones, you know, they won't set them down. They'll just pick them up and drop them. That way they don't have to worry about hurting their back. You know, they just do this. Okay, they get the box out of the truck, boom, that's how they unload shit. Contrary to, you know, the videos and stuff you might see where they're throwing packages and actually taking care of things. A lot of times they don't do that. And you'll get someone who can't pick this up and they'll just flip it or drag it, and they'll just flip it over and roll it to move it, because they don't have the strength to pick up a 70-pound team lift package, because they're only one person. It's supposed to be team lift. So here we got the clamp that it comes with. That's pretty freaking heavy. I like that. That feels pretty solid. Alright, so the bag saw comes in a plastic bag here. I don't know why they do that. Probably just in case it gets wet. Yeah, you know, I bought one of those, ooh, look, there was a bolt in the plastic. Good thing I heard that when I set the plastic down, or that could have been bad. Wonder where that bolt goes. Interesting. Man, look at that saw. That's so fucking pretty. That is a nice fucking saw. Look how big this thing is, guys. Just to give you an idea, that's a 2-foot piece of plywood, where you see that seam up there. 2 foot by 3 foot, I think it is. So it's a pretty big saw. And this is definitely not something you're going to want to be carrying onto the job site if you have to remove your tools every day. You know, this would not be the saw for that. You'd want to get, you know, just a regular chop saw, miter saw, because, I mean, this thing's heavy. You just have this one handle to carry it by. And, like, if you work on staging and stuff like I do, and we're constantly carrying tools up and down and taking stuff back and moving it around, this is more of a stationary saw where you can bring it to the site inside or have it under cover and just leave it, or put it on a mobile miter saw stand, which is what I'm going to do, and then that makes it a lot easier to move around and maneuver. Alright, so let's see. So it comes with a pretty nice blade. I'm going to get a Diablo anyway, because Diablo is the best. So, well, that's cool. So they've stuffed that in there so it doesn't slide while it's transporting. Even though this knob you tighten down this knob and it stops it from sliding. I don't know why they wouldn't just do that when they ship it. So loosen the knob up and it slides. Oh, that slides really easily. Nice. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's turn this to square. See any more plastic on it? Nope. So it's just that styrofoam. Ooh, I don't know if I'm a big fan of that trigger though. It is a good safety feature, but I can see that just being a pain in the ass. I'm sure I'll get used to it. My other saw has left and right triggers here to unlock the thing. This you actually have to slide. See, it's locked. You actually have to slide this key thing down, and then you can push the trigger. So bring your hand in. It's kind of inconvenient if you just want to fucking cut. And I'm not sure if I like that two-finger. Not sure if I like that two-finger grip that you get, and the other two fingers are. It just feels kind of awkward because you have two fingers over here and two fingers on the trigger. All the other triggers go all the way across. So this is my first brushless tool. All my Milwaukee tools are still brushed. I've never had a brushless tool before, so let's see. So this is a cool feature. You don't have a knob to tighten, which I think is cool. See if I can figure out how to do this without reading the instructions. I would think that if I push down, I would be able to turn it. Oh, okay. So you just push this button down and you can turn it and hold the button down. Oh, this must be for the bevel. I do believe this is dual bevel as well, and it is. Dual bevel's the way to go, guys. Definitely just get the biggest and the best when you invest in a saw, because you're going to eventually want or need that double bevel, and you're going to want or need the capacity of a slider. So you may as well just go for it. Just charge it on that card. That's what I do. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Oh no, maybe that's how. No, what's that little thing for? Anyway, gotta figure out what's holding this sucker down. Okay, so there's a pin here, just like the old style saws. Actually, this is the same pin on my boss's chop saw. Alright, so it's got pretty good flexibility there. That pops right up with a fucking vengeance. Look at the saw actually comes up off the bench. That thing's got some tension to it, which is good. You know. Okay. So that's a death stop right there. That's what that. Flip that up, and you go all the way down. Flip this down, and then you can adjust this bolt here with your fingers, and that'll give you a depth stop if you're going to cut like dados and whatnot on here. Now, I didn't do that. I should call and complain. Brand new saw is dirty. Maybe I did do that. There's a piece of plastic down in here somewhere. So, oh, actually, the blade already scraped the side of this when I rolled it. That's how they tell if you use the saw. If you use a saw and you go to return it, they can tell that you used it. There's a piece of plastic in there that cuts when you make your first cut down all the way. So, let's see if this is for the bevel. It is. No, it's not. Because I didn't loosen anything, so. Okay, and so here's your stops for your angles here. That stops it at a certain degree so that you can just pop it in and go for, I think those stops are for like baseboard and crown molding and stuff. There's 2 on each side, so that's handy. I'm just trying to figure out here. Oh, okay, so there's a knob in the back. I would have thought they would have been a little more innovative than that. So that's just your traditional knob for your bevel. You have to reach all the way around the back of the saw, which is a hazard for people that don't have common sense, and a lot of people these days don't have common sense. Who is it? Bosch has upfront controls here. I don't know why DEWALT couldn't do that, because they just run their controls up through here, and everything's right here for your bevel. I'm not sure what this does. They must have some sort of, must like clamp it down in place. Okay, yeah. So if you're not in one of the indents, because if you use this button here, it'll click in. But if you're doing it at an angle that's not an indent, push this down and it locks it. Pop it up, you can move it to the next indent. There's quite a bit of side-to-side play on that little handle. I don't like the way that sticks out so much. I feel like that could get hit and maybe bust it off. So pretty easy to read. Miter things here. We got 50 degrees to the left, and we got 60 degrees to the right. That's another great thing about these sliding saws. A lot of them have a higher capacity for your miter, which is really nice, because I found a lot of cases I needed to cut 60-degree angles for putting boards and stuff up in a vaulted ceiling, and you have to cut those angles, and a lot of them are closer to 60 degrees, and you have to do it with a circular saw. This plate seems kind of loose. You hear that? Because it's not tight. You can lift it up and down, and I guess you can adjust it. There's an adjustment screw there, and then you can move the plate to adjust your angle if it's off. It should be pretty calibrated from the factory. So there's your angle thing there. It's pretty accurate, right on 0. Alright, so what else we got going on with this saw? You know, there's a knob here, so you can slide these over for more work support when you're doing, and then when you're doing bevels, you need to move it for your saw when you're at 45, that's in the way. But you can also, slide it over if you have a long, high piece of wood. That'll give you more support there. One feature I don't see on this saw, which I would have liked, is a pull-out work support that pulls out from both sides of this. Those are on my my Harbor Freight Chicago electric saw, and it's a really, really nice feature to have. So DEWALT, I don't know why you didn't do that. You should have. Would have been a really nice feature, but whatever. This side, same thing. Really smooth slidability until that fills up with sawdust, and then it can be a bitch. But so that's pretty nice. Pretty nice high work support too. That's another great thing. That's what, 4 inches, I would guess. I'll grab my DEWALT tape measure here. They make the best friggin' tape measures now too. Oh damn, we got 4 3/4 inches there for height. That is extremely nice to have that extra work support. So here we go. Here's the blade that it comes with, a DEWALT, of course. They now have a line of FLEXVOLT blades, and you better believe I'm not going to be buying a FLEXVOLT blade for a FLEXVOLT saw. That's just stupid. Just buy a regular blade. There's no difference between this blade and the blade I have on my other saw, except for it says FLEXVOLT, and they charge a premium for that FLEXVOLT brand. I believe these blades are like $60 a piece. and they're not even fully coated like the Diablos are. Those are the best blades because they have the friction coating on them. Let's get a good look at this blade here. Yep. Let's see, so that's nice too. You don't have to take the guard off to change the blade. That's another nice feature. The Craftsman saws, I have a 10-inch. I had to take the I had to take this off to be able to change the blade, and I took it off and the spring popped out and I couldn't find it, and it pissed me off, and I broke the guard. So now my saw no longer has the guard on it on my 10-inch because it's stupid that you have to take it off to change the blade. So it slides really nice, and so to hold that down, just pop that little key in right there, boom, or not. Why didn't that go in? Oh, because the depth, I never flipped the, whoops. I never flipped the depth stop thing back up. Stupid me. Slide that back in, it locks it down. And then to stop the slider from sliding, there's this thing here. Folds back out of the way. So flip that up. Slide this puppy back. And that will stop it from sliding. So that's a okay feature that works. It would have been better if they had a knob on the side, like they do this. This knob will also stop it from sliding as well if you tighten it down. This is just like for traveling, so you can have that extra thing so you don't wear out your knob. So flip that back up. You can now slide your saw all the way back, tighten this knob down. Now you have a regular 12-inch miter saw, and it doesn't slide, which is nice. Okay, so I'm not going to do a first cut or anything with this right now. I'll do that in the next video. This video is starting to get kind of long. So anyway, so that's just an overview of the DEWALT. I'll do another video that shows the cut line thing with their cast a shadow where the blade is at, and I'll get all that other stuff opened up, plug it in. We'll do a run with the cord on. We'll do a run with the batteries on, and see what happens. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. This is the DEWALT Brushless FLEXVOLT battery powered, corded, everything best saw in the friggin' world right here. Oh, you know what? I'll say one more thing here. I went with I was gonna get, you know, I have limited space in my shop. I was gonna get the articulating Bosch, which doesn't have the bar that goes back. It's compact, so you know, it has this whole, you know, setup, and it's great that they designed that, but it takes away from your capacity of cutting, your height capacity. So I didn't want to get that. It was overpriced for the capacity that it has. Or that would have been the best saw to buy if they had the same cut capacity as the DEWALT and the Milwaukee and the Makita. So they didn't, so I didn't get that one. That's that. Alright, so thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this, you know, helps you decide what saw to get. One more thing about this blade that came with this saw. The more ping that you hear when you hit a blade, the worse the blade's gonna be, you know, in terms of quality. When you hit a Diablo blade, you get very little ringing at all. And when I just unbagged this, figured to give it a tap. You hear that ringing that's still going? That means the blade is shit quality, which can be expected because you know, they're not going to give you a high quality blade on your saw. But the fact they charge $70 for these, 60, 70 bucks for these blades, and it has that amount of ping in there, that means that it's not a good quality blade. So I'll probably be replacing it with a Diablo, like I said. Alright, I'm just going to cut that in the end. Thanks for watching again, everybody.